Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Krishna
So Bhagavad Gita talks about leadership skills, leadership quality. How it is so? Leadership is a science of influence. What it is? It's a science of influence. Bhagavad Gita was spoken to whom? Why Krishna chosen Arjuna? He would have spoken to so many people, right? There are so many people in the war field. But why he has chosen specially Arjuna? Because Arjuna was the most qualified person available at that time. Arjuna completed his education in flying colors from his guru Dronacharya, the best of the gurus available at that time. And after completing all his education, you will be surprised to know that Arjuna never got defeated even in a single war. So qualified person, full of productivity, full of a very positive track record. If he's a team lead or manager would be keeping a track record, never failed in any exam, never failed in any court, never failed in any app development or Java, nothing. He was always successful. How these qualities have come in Arjuna? The most influential person, the most qualified person, he got bewildered. By being in war field, he was very confident earlier, but he said to Krishna, Ratham sthapame machyutaha. He is ordering Krishna, take my Ratha in between the army. I want to see the opposing elements. As soon as he saw Bhishma Deva and then Duryodhana and then Dronacharya, he got bewildered.
Karna.
It said Arjuna got so confused that he decided not to fight. This is the same situation what the world is facing today. We meet with some challenges, we meet with some opposing things in the life, and we use our weapons. Krishna, being a great leader of the society, he understood the situation of Arjuna. And what did he do? He gave the message of Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. And what is that message? The message is about leadership quality. Arjuna was well qualified. He knew what is his dharma. What is the swadharma of Arjuna? Kshatriya. He is a Kshatriya. So what is the swadharma of a Kshatriya? Is to fight. What was the swabhava of Arjuna? The nature of Arjuna? That is also to fight. Being a Kshatriya, his swabhava is to fight. His swadharma is to fight. But still he got bewildered, confused and depressed. And he kept all his weapons aside and sat down on the chariot. The only question which he could not answer was, why should I fight? He knew how to fight. He knew what is fight. But he forgot the question, the answer of the question, that why should I fight? And that is actually called as the purpose. The very purpose of Arjuna's coming in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, he forgot. Just imagine. Let's say you go to some family function and after reaching there you forget the function. How it looks? You came for a function and you suddenly go and forget there what was the function. It looks so odd, isn't it? Same thing happened with Arjuna. He forgot the very purpose of his coming there in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. And he's saying, no, I don't want to fight. I don't want to do anything. I'll go to forest and I'll live my life. But all this I don't want. And what Krishna is seeing? Krishna is seeing, listening nicely and smiling. He's not talking anything. Krishna started in the second chapter talking. In first chapter he's nicely seeing and listening. Okay. He's only listening. So in Bhagavad Gita you will find that Krishna is giving a very nice teachings to Arjuna. And those teachings which are given to Arjuna is very much relevant today. After the pandemic, when the recession is looming large, the whole world is in a dilemma. Insecurity, and then the young minds are doubting their future. What will happen? Uncertainty. In such unprecedented time, when things are changing like anything, it is said that we have to accept when there are things which are changing, the more things changes, we have to embrace the things which doesn't change. And there is only one knowledge which has never changed in the life, which has never changed in the world, and that is the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. You can't even sell a knowledge which is 5 years old. You see the situation? Identity crisis. Same identity crisis Arjuna was feeling in the war field. He lost his identity. What is the use of my being here? Why I came here? And then am I a Kshatriya? He lost all his identity. And he's saying, I will go to forest, I will become sannyasi. So this identity crisis was dealt in Bhagavad Gita so nicely, wonderfully by Krishna that it's a best example for all of us. So what are those 12 things? Let us understand one by one. The first thing from Bhagavad Gita is that leader makes complex things simple. A leader makes complex things simple. Am I audible till last? Okay. See, Arjuna was so much into confusion that he had made the things very complex. But in just one shloka, what Krishna did, he made it very simple. In the second chapter, when Krishna starts speaking, Krishna says, Asocyan anvasotsatvam pragyavadan sabhasase gatasuna gatasunascha nanu sochanti panditaha. Krishna is saying, this is not like an intelligent person. Your behavior is not like an intelligent person. And he says, Sitoshna Sukha Dushkeshu. Just like summer season comes and goes away, winter season comes and goes away, in the very same way, the situations, the turbulence, the challenges will come and it will go away. So simple. When a person understands that this is a cycle of life, things will be keep moving. Today things are not in your favor, it will go away. Tomorrow things will be in your favor. Again it will go. Don't become upset or not become so happy. If you become happy also, it will go away. Again things will come which are not in your favor. Then don't become sad. So this is a cycle of life. So complex thing, Krishna made it so simple for Arjuna. So this is one of the quality of a great leader, that he makes complex things very simple. The second important lesson from Bhagavad Gita is about clarity of vision. Clarity of vision. If you see Arjuna experiencing total confusion, he is experiencing total confusion. Why? Because he is thinking on the bodily platform. They are my relatives, they are my friends, they are my grandfather, and all those relations he is thinking of. In just one shloka, Krishna removed all the relations. What did Krishna says? Dehino asmin yatha dehe komaram yovanam jara tatha dehantara praptir dhiras tatra namuyati. So he is saying a person who is a dhira, a person who is a sober man, he does not bewilder by the change. Today you may have young body, but after 10 years what will happen? You will get old. So a person who knows that body is changing continuously, but the person inside the body is the same, then he gets full clarity of the vision. Future. We are thinking, okay, after 5 years, after 10 years, I should become manager. After 20 years, I should become director. After 30 years, I should become CEO of the company. All the future quality, the clarity and the vision you get just by reading one shloka, that it is all temporary. This clarity you will not find anywhere else. But in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is giving such a crystal clear clarity that what is this life all about. So this is the lesson from Bhagavad Gita which gives you future vision, clarity. Second, a great leader in any situation will never make excuses. A great leader never makes excuses. If you see, before the war field, before the Mahabharata started, Krishna was sent as a Shanti Duta. You remember that?
Yes.
Krishna went to Duryodhana in Hastinapur and he proposed peace. It's like a peace proposal. So Krishna went with the peace proposal. The Supreme Lord is going as a Shanti Duta, as a messenger from Pandava's side. And then saying, let us stop the fight, let us not have this fight, and then come to a conclusion. Settlement has come. So he is going for settlement. Finally what happened? Settlement happened? No. Apparently looks like Krishna, the Supreme Lord, he failed to convince the Duryodhana. See, if Krishna is the all-powerful personality, how did he fail? Krishna failed in his proposal. I was saying that Arjuna never failed. Arjuna is 100% track record. But Krishna failed. Krishna had he failed in his proposal. He could not convince Duryodhana that let us not have fight. But even after that, Krishna is not giving excuses. Nahi hua to nahi hua, kya kare? He is not saying that. He is always with the Pandavas and is making sure that whatever in his proposal he has failed, he doesn't fail next time. He is endeavoring for the win. He is endeavoring for the winning of the Pandavas. It means he is not giving excuses and running away to Dwarka. Okay, मैं तो जा रहा हूँ, तुम अपना देख लो. You take care of yourself. मैंने help होता. He is not saying that. He is very clear that he is not giving any excuses. He is accepting the defeat and then working towards it so that next time they don't get defeat. So whole Mahabharata war, he became the chariot driver and then he is guiding the Pandavas. Then the fourth one, a great leader is never bound by scarcity mindset. He is never bound by scarcity mindset. See, Pandavas, they had how many Akshoni Sena? 7. Kauravas? 11. Kauravas has had more power, more better facilities, more bigger and experienced warriors. In one sense, there is a scarcity of money, there is a scarcity of skills, there is a scarcity of manpower. But Krishna's mindset is not about scarcity. Krishna's mindset is about abundance. Krishna is not making them feel that we are lesser than, but when he is personally there, everything is in abundance. So that's why one of the most important thing from Bhagavad Gita learning is that wisdom is more powerful than weapons. Weapons were more with the side of Pandavas, but wisdom was in the side of, weapons were more in the side of Kauravas, but wisdom was in the side of Pandavas. So wisdom is more powerful than weapons. That's why they won, not the Kauravas. Next, the sixth one. A great leader dynamically decides the priorities. See, when the war is happening, sometimes Kauravas are winning, looks like Kauravas are going to win, and sometimes it looks like Pandavas are going to win. Every day the situation is changing. Every hour situation is changing. It was like that. And at that time, what Krishna is doing? Krishna is deciding the priorities. Where to focus, whom to kill. Isn't it? Krishna is deciding the priority. Yeah, now today is the turn for Dronacharya. He's deciding. He's saying to Yudhishthira Maharaj, you go and tell Ashwatthama died. Yudhishthira says, no, I can't say lie. Okay, you go and tell truth. Ashwatthama elephant died, you have to go and tell. So he goes and tells, Ashwatthama died. Not human but elephant. And that time Krishna told someone to blow the conch. So he is blowing the conch, and then Dronacharya could not hear, and he got, see what is used now, no more fighting, I can't fight. And that time he was killed. So Krishna is deciding the priority. What is the priority? Even saying lie is a priority at that time. Even saying lie becomes a priority. So Krishna personally is making sure that something has been spoken by Yudhishthira Maharaj. So this is a quality of a leader, that he decides the priority, and as per the priority he changes the things. And that's why he wins. The seventh one is about a great leader only thinks that I will not do this, but he never thinks that I can't do this. He never accepts defeat, but he can decide, he can have a choice whether to do or not to do. Let's say a project comes to you. Your mindset should be that whether to take up the project or not to take up the project. But you should not have a mindset which says, I can't do this project. You should go by the choice, not by the circumstances. And this is a quality which we learn from Bhagavad Gita. You see Krishna, when Jarasandha is fighting with Krishna again and again in Mathura, already Jarasandha was defeated how many times?
18 times.
Huh? 18 times Krishna defeated Jarasandha. But next time what happened? Krishna ran away. And that's why Krishna's one more name is Ranchor. He ran away from the war field. And Jarasandha is thinking, see, डर गया, डर के भाग रहा है. That was not the reason. It was Krishna who decided not to fight. Krishna did not run away only by the thinking that I can't fight. Krishna ran because he has chosen not to fight with Jarasandha. So a leader's quality should be that he never thinks that I can't do this. Rather he thinks I don't want to do it. This is a lesson skill. Eighth one. To master self-discipline and let us learn to take the responsibility of our work, time and schedule. This is a quality of a leadership. He takes the responsibility of his own time and schedule. He doesn't put on somebody else. He doesn't put on his assistant also. That some work has not happened. He will not put on his assistant because of you did not happen, or because of you did not happen, or because of the whole team did not happen. He never does like that. He takes the responsibility if something has not happened outside. For example, Krishna, after killing Kamsa, he met Vasudeva Devaki, they got released from the prison house. Krishna goes to Vasudeva and Devaki and he asks forgiveness. You know why? He asked for the forgiveness that I could not get you released from the jail 12 years back. Because Krishna was 12 years at that time. After 12 years Krishna is coming and he is making all his parents from the jail. He's asking forgiveness for that. He's asking, I'm so late. He's taking the responsibility of his own schedule and time. That I was late. I could not make you release from the jail. So this is one more quality of a leader, that he takes responsibility of his own time and schedule. Eighth one, a leader should think about we, not me. A leader thinks about we, not me. Just like you can see, Krishna's attitude was always about Pandavas have done that. That's why in the Bhagavad Gita also is saying, Nimitta matram bhavasavya sachin. Although Krishna is doing everything, if you see, Krishna is the one who is doing everything, but he's saying, you participate in this war, you will get the benefit. Nimitta matra, you become the instrument in this. Anyway, it's going to happen. Duryodhana is going to die, all his party is going to die. But if you are there in this, you will get the credit. So, Krishna is very selfless and is very humble. He doesn't take the credit of himself. That, okay, I did it. Maine jitaya Pandavas ko. He is not saying that. He is giving all the credits to Pandavas. That because of their skills, their, because they have fought nicely. Because of that reason, they won it. So he is not thinking about me, he is thinking about we. The next one, the great leaders are always willing to serve those who are serving them. Great leaders are always willing to serve the people, those who are serving him. For example, Krishna, he became the chariot driver of Arjuna. Chariot driver is not a responsible or a very big, position in the market. Driver, isn't it? Driver is not a very high position, respectful position. The Supreme Lord became driver for his own devotees. Not only that, Mahabharata describes, before the war there was a discussion between Krishna and Arjuna. So Arjuna is asking, how do I tell you to navigate, whether to go straight or left or right? So Krishna says, don't worry, when you want to go left, with your left leg, kick on my back at the left side. I will go left. If you want to go right, kick with the right leg on my right side at the back, and then I'll go to right side. If you want to go straight, kick on the middle of the back. If you want to go fast, kick 2 times on the middle. If you want to go very, very fast, kick 3 times in the middle. The Supreme Lord, whose lotus feet we are supposed to serve, is getting kicked by his own devotees. The whole 18 days, Arjuna is kicking Krishna. And he is accepting happily. Krishna is ready to serve the devotees, those who are serving him. One more example. Whenever there is a war, some people will die, some people will get wounded. Correct? They'll get ill. Now, in the night, the warriors or the soldiers, those who got wounded, Krishna is to personally go and do first aid for them. He is to carry the first aid kit and go personally and do the first aid. Not only for human beings, even for the horses, he is to go and do first aid for them. See the quality of a leader. Personally, he is going and doing everything. He is not dependent on anyone else. This is a quality of a leader, that he serves the people, those who are serving him. The 11th one, the leader leads a life of introspection and contemplation. He leads a life of introspection and contemplation. After the whole war is done for today, at the night, Krishna will start his introspection and contemplation. He will have a meeting with the Pandavas. And all his introspection and contemplation about the war field, he will reveal. Then he will say, tomorrow we have to do this. Today, what has gone wrong, introspection he will do. Tomorrow what has to be done, contemplation he will do. And then next day, they will try to execute it. So this is the quality of a leader. On everyday basis, we must do contemplation and introspection. What I could not do today and what I am supposed to go and do today, tomorrow in the office. That's a contemplation and the contemplation. Okay? So this is one of the quality. And the fifth one, that the leaders are always very punctual. Leaders are always very punctual. They are always before the time. For example, in the Mahabharata Yuddha, Arjuna or Krishna, in the dead of the night, he came to know that Bhishma Pitama has taken a vow that I will kill all these 5 Pandavas tomorrow. And he has got the arrows, 5 arrows especially designed to kill the Pandavas. Now Krishna came to know that these 5 arrows are with Bhishma and then something may happen. Same time Duryodhana also came to know that Bhishma Pitama has 5 arrows and with those 5 arrows are especially meant for killing Pandavas. So Duryodhana goes to Bhishma Pitama and he says, your mind may change anytime because Pandavas are very dear to you. So you do one thing, these 5 arrows you give to me, I'll keep safely with me. And tomorrow in the war field I'll give you. So Bhishma Pitama says, okay, le lo. So he has given. And then Krishna came to know that now the arrows are with Duryodhana. So Krishna at the dead of night, he goes and wakes up Arjuna. Arjuna, lay, uto. And he says, 5 arrows are there with Duryodhana, go and get it. Arjuna says, no, I want to sleep. I want to sleep. I'm very tired. He slept. Now Krishna has taken the responsibility. See, Arjuna is not waking up. I only have to do something. Krishna goes personally to Duryodhana. He goes to Duryodhana and he goes and Duryodhana says, yes, what do you want? Because he has already given his word. Krishna asked, I need those 5 arrows. Duryodhana had no choice. He took the 5 arrows and gave to Krishna. And he came back and he destroyed all the 5 arrows. See, Krishna is so punctual. He is not saying, no, okay, if you are sleeping, I also will sleep. No, if the work is there, you have to, at the dead of night, you have to get up and do the work. Anyway, you people are doing anyway. At the dead of night, support. So punctuality is one of the quality of a leadership. So all these qualities, these 12 important subjects or the 12 important qualities of a leadership should be there in the young talented people today. And how to get this? It is very simple. We have to read Bhagavad Gita on a daily basis. If you feel that, okay, Bhagavad Gita reading is very difficult for me, no problem. We have the courses available for you which teaches Bhagavad Gita. We have a course especially designed for the youngsters to make them understand the important message of Bhagavad Gita. And the course is about Gita for youth. This is a very simple scientific understanding and presentation of the most important subject, the most scientific knowledge, and that is Bhagavad Gita. How many of you are coming first time? They are very new. Okay. So I request all of you, you can please go through this program. It's a very, very interesting program. And many of the people, those who are here, they have already attended it. Even myself, I have attended. And after that, we only designed it. Because that's what is very important for the youngsters today. They are lacking the purpose of life. They have the skill, just like I was saying, na? Swabhava and Swadharma. You all know your Swabhava as an IT engineer. You all know your Swadharma as an IT engineer. But we have forgot our Swarupa. Swabhava, Sadharma, and then comes Swarupa. Our identity. What is our real identity? Am I IT engineer is a real identity? Is it my real identity as IT engineer? Tomorrow, let's say I get fired from the company and I take up a role of like a businessman. Then what happens? My identity changes. These are all only bodily designations. The real identity, the real swarupa of a person is something different, and that you will be learning in this particular course, which is called as Gita for Youth. So request all the newcomers, please register for this course and then get best out of your life. Okay, so with this I'll close my class here, and thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Go